Now, for those of us who are not aware of Mr. Abdow, I thought I'd share a few points so that we can get an understanding of who he is. So he's been very generous to Springfield College. So for instance, since 1983, we've had the Abdow Business Prize Award. So he's funded this on a yearly basis. So the prize awards are top graduate in our department, along with 2 honorable mentions. So Mr. Abdow, thank you again for your continued support. We really and sincerely appreciate it. Now, one of the things we want to point out about Mr. Abdow, he's a highly successful entrepreneur. So for instance, in 1959, Mr. Abdow formed a partnership with his brother George and opened their first restaurant on Riverdale Road in West Springfield. In 1963, they acquired the Big Boy franchise. They operated over 20 restaurants in the area, including 19 Abdow Big Boy restaurants. I've been told great things about Big Boy. I wish I had been here during the time, during the heyday of that. So the brothers sold the Abdow chain to the parent corporation of Bickford's in 1995, then continued to operate other restaurants, shopping centers, and real estate in southern New England. So in addition to all of what Mr. Abdow has done in the business environment, he's also volunteered for all sorts of activities, and one in particular stood out in my mind, and that was his role as an official, so an official for football. So Mr. Abdow has been very active in that community. For instance, he's had such an influence on officiating that he's been recognized by the National Football Foundations for being an outstanding official. So in 1997, he received that award. So we are in great company here with Mr. Abdow with us today. So I also want to thank our faculty. We would not be here without our great faculty. Like I mentioned a while ago, I've been at other universities. This is my 4th. And without a doubt, I can say these are some of the best faculty I've been around. They really care for their students. They're outstanding educators. And more importantly, they make the time to meet with each student regardless of how much time it takes. So thank you all on behalf of the college. I really appreciate everything you do. So with that, I'd like to kind of tell you how we're going to proceed. We want to make this a little more personalized than me just sort of doing the induction ceremony. So as we kind of go along and we start to introduce the award winners, I'm going to have the faculty advisors do the actual presentations. So before we start that, I thought I'd sort of turn the program over to Mr. Abdow. If you have any words you would like to share with us.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate the comments. They're very accurate too. Sometimes these comments about people are not accurate. Because it only took me 3 semesters. I went to Brown University. It only took me 3 terms to get through for college. That was Kennedy's, Bush's, and Obama. So it's a great feeling to be here. I know the college. I know it very well. I've been on the campus many times over the years and everything. And you have this little triangle, and the triangle really stands well for the school. And the type of a person who likes that form of internal discipline, they can get it here at Springfield College. Physical therapy department for years was nationally known. Now the other parts of the school have caught up to them, and they still are nationally known, but others have come along and done a great job with it. One of the things is that in the greater Springfield area, I mentioned the various colleges and the difference that we have made in our community. And it's great to see that happen with Springfield, AIC, and the other. I happen to be a board member of AIC for 35 years, so I understand how they work. I understand what happens in the various systems around. And we've been able to sustain such important thing for an economic generator for the community of Springfield. We bring in students who spend money. We bring in students who pay tuition. Tuitions that pay salaries in the food service and everything. So you're doing a service to the community when you come here. The thing I think that's very critical, because I happen to say, they say, why do you do the charitable work you do? It's because this is the community I live in. This is the community I raise my children in. This is the community where I get a good opportunity financially So I think giving back into the local system is really critical. When you graduate, just remember, think. I read the profile of the 3 award recipients, and they all received outside money, scholarship money, various things like that. And that was given by people prior to you going to college. They saw it was critical to help advance the people on that, because everybody needs a help, especially when you're young. And especially today, with all the things that are going on between our situation during this last spring, and now with this hoping that the virus is going to end, it's very critical that when you go back out into your community, bring back some Springfield with you. Go teach people. Go work with kids. Have some fun. Working with young people is amazing. I started off as I graduated 2 years in the Navy, get out of the service. I decided I wanted to officiate football. I was a player, and I liked the game. I felt I could contribute. I found that I was working with these young people, little league games, and college, high school games, and high school games and college games. It was great to participate and see their growth and their depth. And I do this with other activities that I have, because if we don't do it in our own community, who the heck's going to do it? So do it here in Springfield when you do it, and when you leave, do it. Unfortunately, the greatest time was coming, and this lockup is so difficult for the young people because you're only 17, 18 months, or 21, 22 months. My granddaughter lives in Boston, and she was looking forward to her track season last spring. She lost it. She lost it again this year. And those are her highlights. Unfortunately for the high school kids, it happens. The college kids have a shot at it because their schedules are over. Well, I just wish you well and congratulations. And I see that we got some Rhode Island person that did very well with the program. I read what she did, outstanding. Lexi Fisk, she did a great job, and so did Dominic Viscardi, in different areas of the country. And that's what makes Springfield what it is. Good luck.
Thank you, Mr. Abdow. We appreciate your words. So as we begin the ceremony, we're going to start with the Abdow Award winners first. And I'd like to let the students know, as you're presented your award, you're welcome to say a few words, anything you'd like to share about yourself, the college, your faculty members, anything you feel like you'd like to share. And just to let you know, you will be receiving a plaque as well. And since we're doing this virtually, we're going to deliver the plaques to you next week during class time. So the plan for handing out the awards is, if anyone looked at the program, you're going to notice that the Abdow Award winners are not in alphabetical order, but the Sigma Beta Delta names are in alphabetical order. So because we have different advisors advising multiple students, we're going to follow the program order for the Abdow Award names. But for Sigma Beta Delta, I've grouped them for presentation purposes anyway by advisors. So we might not be following, if you're following along the program, the exact order of the names there. So with that, I think we're going to start with our first Abdow winners. So our top graduate is Samantha Machado, and her advisor is Professor Laura Katz. So I will hand it over to Professor Katz.
All right, hello everyone. I am beyond proud to present the Abdow Award to Samantha. As an educator, it's rare to run into someone and to have the pleasure of teaching someone who is just an amazing intellect. And with Samantha, that's exactly what she is. She is very intelligent. She is an accounting and a finance major, which is very difficult at Springfield College. And she is both an accounting and finance major, and she's going to be graduating in 3 years, which is really a Herculean task. Samantha, I'm going to just give you a little bit of background. She's from Bristol, Rhode Island, where she attended Mount Hope High School. She enjoys hiking, swimming, playing instruments, making arts and crafts. She was involved in the marching band and the flag squad, where she was captain for 2 years, and she tutored multiple students in math. She could probably tutor students in anything. She's just that good. And she is currently working as a finance intern at Holyoke Medical Center. And I'm the internship coordinator at Springfield College, and a couple of weeks ago, I reached out to all the internship supervisors to ask if they could if they could make sure that they're sitting down with their intern to talk about the good, what's going well, what could be improved on. And her internship supervisor sent me a note, unsolicited, but I wanted to read it because this kind of sums up Sam. He goes on to say that Sam is very bright, knowledgeable, personable. She has willingly taken on projects assigned to. She's investigated them herself and completed them before the due dates assigned. Just yesterday, Sam presented one of her projects to the quality team, the Brain Trust of Holyoke Medical Center's Strategic Quality Initiative, and her work was a catalyst for a spirited discussion on the group's direction and timing to obtain over $400,000 in quality initiative payments. Samantha is professional, polite, courteous to others. She's confident in her work, and she's a team player. She has become a valuable member of the team, engaging in necessary business initiatives that benefit the Valley Health System. I only have positive things to say about Sam, and I guess I feel the same way. I only have positive things to say. She is, I'm not sure what her future plans are. She's talked about possibly being an educator, possibly doing the finance route or the accounting route, but no doubt whatever she decides to do, she is going to be successful. She's just incredibly bright, hardworking, and I'm really honored to present the Abdow Award on her behalf.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. And thank you to everyone here today. Thank you to all the professors that have helped me get to this point. I appreciate everyone very much.
Laura, if you'd like to move on to Lexi, we could go there next.
I will move on to Lexi. How lucky am I to have Lexi and Samantha back to back? Just a few things about Lexi. She's from Milford, Connecticut. She's a marketing and business management major and a psychology minor. Lexi says that she chose Spring to transfer. So she was a transfer student coming in because after initially attending another university, she realized no other school had the same sense of pride, community, and optimism that we do here at Springfield College. Throughout college, she's held 14 internships and jobs, 7 of which she currently holds. She is currently interning with the Office of Communications here at Springfield College, and they've had amazing things to say about her work. She works for the Academic Success Center, the Office of Student Activities, and the Office of Accessibility Services. She's the Vice President of the Women in Business Club, and she's on the e-board of the Psychology Club. She's a member of Sigma Beta Delta, and she's participated in numerous community service events in connection with some of the clubs that she's involved with. She is self-motivated, she's bright, she's so positive, she has a smile that can just light everything up. Hardworking. I don't think I've ever seen Lexi on a bad day. And I just know she is going to go far because she just has such a great spirit. And it's just been a pleasure to know her for these past few years, and I'm going to miss her a lot.
Well, thank you, Laura, for being a great advisor. Thank you, Mr. Abdow, for holding this ceremony and having me aboard. And then thank you to all of my professors that have helped me at Springfield College.
Great. So now we'll move on to Dominic Viscardi, and Mark Howard will be doing that presentation.
Yes, I'm very happy to be presenting to Dominic. Dominic is a fantastic student, really before he even got to Springfield College, he was clearly a good student, classic learner in many ways. I think he had a background with both history and Latin before he got here, and he clearly excels in, well, really all the basics for academia, reading, writing, math. He's a finance major with a sports analytics minor from Queens, and he's doing exceptionally well. Just obviously a 3.94 Hume, really a great student. He's incredibly hardworking, and it's really been a pleasure to work with him, to have him in class, and to advise him. He's really excelled in the mathematical end of it, and that's what he hopes to use. I think he's a great fit for Springfield College. He came from Queens. He came from a big high school, a high school that was bigger than Springfield College is. So he enjoyed the intimacy here, and he felt at home, and we're lucky to have him. I think he's gonna continue to excel, and very, very happy that he got this award, and appreciate his being here and his ability to be an example for Springfield College, and when he goes out and excels in the world, which I know he will.
Thank you. I don't think this would be possible if I went to any other school. Springfield's definitely a special school.
Great, thank you for sharing that, Dominic. So now as we move on to the Sigma Beta Delta induction ceremony, I'd like to share a little bit about that for those of us that aren't familiar with it. So this represents the top 20% of our juniors heading at the end of this year. So we're obviously very excited to have students that are of this caliber. We as faculty feel very privileged to work with these students on a daily basis, and I'm not sure they realize how privileged we are. That's why I like what Mark just said. We feel very lucky to have all of you as our students. We cannot thank you enough for all your hard work and how you represent the college and our department. So one of the things to consider about Sigma Beta Delta is that it is an honor society. So it is a big deal to be inducted into this. This is something you can carry when you're on the job market. People know that it distinguishes you from other graduates. So please carry this method proudly. So what does Sigma, Beta, and Delta stand for? So Sigma represents wisdom, which obviously goes without saying. All of you are clearly very bright. Beta represents honor, and all of you display the highest levels of integrity, which is why you were chosen. And Delta signifies the pursuit of meaningful aspirations. So you've obviously demonstrated to your faculty that you fit all three categories, and that's why we're extremely excited to have you as this year's inductees. So since the ceremony is virtual, next week you will be receiving your certificate and pin in one of your classes. In addition to the pins, each of you will receive cores that you can proudly wear at graduation. What we typically do is hold those cores here in the department until it's time to graduate, so we will deliver those to you next year when you're ready to graduate. Let's see, and next we're going to have your advisors say a few words about you to officially induct you into Sigma Beta Delta. So let me start with our first inductee. We have two that are going to be inducted by Professor Mike Musanti. So we're going to start with Justin Brosn.
Hi, everybody. And first and foremost, thanks again for Mr. Abdow for sponsoring this event. It's always great. Your support is always welcome. We really appreciate it. So first, I'd like to introduce Justin Brosn. He's a junior. He's a double major in finance and marketing, and he comes all the way from Southern California to join us here at Springfield. I've had Justin as a student. He's a professor's dream, because if there's ever a lull in the conversation, Justin is sure to jump in and add to the discussion, and he's a great person to have in class. Since he's been on campus, he's been very active. He's a member of the volleyball team. He's a campus tour guide, and I can't imagine a better person to represent the college on a tour than than Justin. He's an executive member of the student athlete leadership team, and he's co-chair of the new student orientation program. So congrats to Justin on his induction into the Honor Society.
Thank you so much. I think with things like these, it's a great honor, but I think it's just a reflection of kind of the environment we're in. I think people speak so fondly of Springfield and love Springfield so much and always come back here is because the people here on campus. And me coming to Springfield was very unexpected. I didn't really expect to get involved in a whole lot besides volleyball, and thankfully opportunities arise. I got involved, but I think for me, one thing I love about the school so much is the people here, and the people are what make it so special. So thank you.
Thanks, Justin. Next up is Fabian Jensen. So Justin comes from 3,000 miles away to Springfield from California. So if you went 3,000 miles the other direction, you'd find the hometown of Fabian Jensen. He's a junior. He's from Norway, and he is a business management major. He has been involved and active in the campus since he got here. He is a member of the tennis team. He's a certified tennis coach on top of that, and he's a member of the esports club. I always love having my advising sessions with Fabian because he's such a great person to chat with. We get into conversations about a lot of different things. And I would say one thing, he's obviously a great student, but he's a great conversationalist. If you ever found yourself traveling to Norway on a plane, you'd love to be sitting next to Fabian because it'd be a short ride because he'd talk you the whole way through, and he's a really interesting guy to talk to, and just a great student and a great person to have on campus. So, Fabian, congratulations and welcome to the Honor Society.
Thank you very much for that. I do like to talk. I have to say, you're right with that. I would just like to say thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to give me this honor. I don't know what to say. I'm out of words, to be honest, but I just want to thank everyone here and all the faculty in general for being so much help. When I have questions, I always get help, and you guys are just overall very helpful. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Fabian. So next on our list of presenters is Professor Steve Sheffield. And we're going to start with Diego Claudio.
Hi, I'm Steve Sheffield, and I'd like to echo other people. Ron, thank you very much for everything you provide for us and our students. The first inductee is Diego Claudio. Diego is one of triplets. We could only have two Claudios on campus, though, right? And Diego, Diego's from Enfield, Connecticut. He's an accounting major, pardon me. And as an advisee, he is always prepared, always cheerful. You can see the smile on his face now. I've never seen him without that smile. And he's just fantastic to have in class, prepared, participates on top of things, interested and interesting. He's involved in many club sports on campus and the Partners program, which provides one-on-one mentoring. And of course, Humanics in Action. And I'm just so proud to be able to welcome you to the Honor Society, and I've been very proud to be your advisor.
Thank you, Professor Sheffield, for the kind words. I am extremely thankful to be here. This is an incredible honor, and I'm just so happy to be here. And kind of like bittersweet because I graduate very soon, and it's sad for me to leave Springfield College. It's been such an amazing experience. I really just want to thank the faculty I feel like it's unlike any other culture, any other college. Just the support system that I've had since I've been here freshman year has been amazing. So shout out to Professor Katz, Professor Canning, Professor Sheffield. This is just an incredible honor, and thank you very much.
Thanks, Diego. Tyler Mader was not able to join us. Tyler is in Seattle, Washington, where he's been a remote student this year. And Tyler came to Springfield playing soccer. He is, since he is part of this group, just a very interested and interesting student, and just performing at a high level. Tyler will reserve his comments, I'm sure, for another time. The third, but not the last, by any means, is Jack Reitz the third, coming from Kennebunk, Maine. And Jack chose Springfield rather by default. Was interested in other colleges first, but coming here says he has found his home, found to be a wonderful place. Jack is a business management major and an environmental studies minor, and those two just sort of typify the range of Jack's interests and activities. He's he's a co-president of the Springfield Skiing and Snowboarding Club, part of Humanics in Action, and is on Student Government Association, currently as the Vice President of Financial Operations. Jack is just great to have in class and great to have it as an advisee. Welcome, Jack.
Thank you very much, Professor Sheffield, and to all my professors that I've had. Like Professor Sheffield kind of hinted at, I wasn't planning on coming to Springfield College. It was definitely a last-minute decision. But what attracted me to the school, just like I'm sure all of us can say, is the sense of community that I felt when I was looking into Springfield College. And I came here with a plan to make lifelong relationships and experience life on my own for the first time. And you all have definitely provided me the opportunity to do that. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Jack. We'll now move on to Laura Katz and her inductees, starting with Cody Gullickson.
Okay, so I remember meeting Cody for the first time at, I believe it was an accepted students event, and Cody hadn't decided where he was going, but I remember sitting there at lunch with his mom and Cody and thinking to myself, this kid really needs to come to Springfield College because he just seemed to fit the mold. He's personable, he's bright, he's hardworking. Cody is from Denmark, Maine, and he chose Springfield College because he realized that the interaction with professors would be uniquely different than it would be if he was at a larger school. And I think he has found certainly the support and the camaraderie that he probably was looking for here at Springfield College. He's an accounting and finance major, which again is a really difficult double major here at Springfield College, but he is such an incredibly hard worker. Cody won the Concept Award, the Grinspoon Foundation Concept Award, when he was a freshman. He had come up with a concept to have an online platform that would promote community service. So that just gives you a sense of where his head's at. He's looking to give back. And I just know whatever Cody does, he's going to go very far. He loves basketball. He's been playing intramural sports since he got here to Springfield College. Loves to be able to practice and play with the college varsity basketball team in the off season. And I just don't have enough good things to say about him. He's bright and just incredibly engaging. And I'm glad we have him for another year.
Thank you. Yeah, I was gonna mention the I think it was Accepted Students Day. That definitely helped bring me here. So I wanted to thank you for that too, because he spoke to me for probably an hour and a half at lunch and kind of took us away from the whole tour or whatever. But definitely helped me realize I like Springfield College. So thank you for that, and thank you to all my other professors too, because I mean, like I said, I like the interaction with my professors. So. Any of the professors in here that have had me know that I utilize email and definitely put my hand up a lot in class. So thank you to all of you.
All right, so next up I have Hannah Medeiros. And Hannah did not come in as an accounting major. She's currently an accounting major with a minor in business management. Hannah was initially I think an EMS major, and I remember having conversations with her about her career path, and she was a little unsure of what she wanted to do. And she was a shining star in my Principles of Accounting 1 and 2 classes. I knew she had the knack for accounting, but it took her a little while to realize that this was her career path. So I enjoy working with her. She has a smile that goes on for miles, and she's just a sweetheart. One thing I wanted to say is that she chose Springfield College because of the dedication to humanics and service to others. She's a first-generation student representative for student government, and she's a Springfield College student ambassador. She's performing an internship right now with the controller at Springfield College, Tanya Sears, and she's doing an amazing job. And I just look forward to working with her in the future, and I'm really proud of everything that she's done so far.
Thank you, Professor Katz. I'm very proud to be here today, and I want to say some of my best memories from Springfield College are actually the interactions I've had with professors. As Professor Katz said, I only recently changed my major to accounting last semester, and it was from these great conversations and amazing advice from my business professors, and especially Lauren Saul, that helped me make the decision to switch and ultimately put me in a position where I am today to succeed. So again, I would just like to thank all my professors as well as my biggest supporter, my mother. So thank you.
Yay, shout out to Mom. Okay, and last but certainly not least is Teray Williams. So my big regret with Teray Williams is that I never had the pleasure of being able to teach her any classes. Even though she's an accounting major and a criminal justice minor, she came in as a transfer. She got her associate's degree from Housatonic Community College, looked to Massachusetts to complete her degree, and she's killing it on all levels. She's always looking for an opportunity to enhance her skills. She's bright, she's hardworking, she's very goal-driven. She's talked about a potential future in forensic accounting, and I think she'd be amazing. I think she'd be amazing at anything that she does. When I first met her, I thought that, I'd have all these chances to teach her, and it just didn't work out that way. But at least I was lucky enough to be her advisor and get to know her as a person. So even though we never got a chance to be in class together, we should probably go out and have a glass of wine together because I feel like that just would make sense. She's someone I'd like to be friends with. And here at Springfield College, she participates in the Black Student Union, the Scientists Embracing Equality and Diversity, the Student Society for Bridging Diversity, and the Communications Diversity and Inclusion Board. She's a student member. So clearly very much a part of our effort to enhance and improve diversity and inclusion on campus, and she's an amazing representative. She's just really good at anything she does. So it's been a pleasure getting to know you, and I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. That was so sweet. I do want to thank all the professors that I've had interactions with. I had the most interactions with Professor Canning, so I wish he was here for me to thank her. But basically, I actually came to this campus sight unseen. So I was very out of place, but I've been embraced by people, and it made it such a welcoming environment, especially amongst faculty and staff, because I was closer to their age than I was the kids, but that's okay. But I generally am very happy here at Springfield College, and I'm excited to move on, but I wish I could stay at least 2. But thank you for this award. It's great.
Thank you, Jure. So now we will move on to Mark Howard doing the final presentation.
Alrighty, I am, I'm happy to be the final presentation here, but I just want to say to all our students here that they're really great representatives, and I'm here to introduce Hale, who is a fantastic representative not only of Springfield College, really in every way, but the town I grew up in, Falmouth. Hale's from Falmouth, Massachusetts, and while I didn't know him before he came to Springfield College, I was really happy that he became my advisee, and I've had him in class, and he's really just a super student. Obviously, a great academic, does really well in class, but he also he represents all the things that we aspire to provide our students with at Springfield College. He's already been a leader. Again, before he even came here, he was an Eagle Scout, and he worked on the 300 committee down in Falmouth, which is preserving land. Really a great thing, a nonprofit down there where land is really in short supply. So preserving land is really important down there. Preserving land for non-development. But here at Springfield College, also, Dale's been a tremendous leader. He's an orientation leader. He's an RA, but he's also the president of the outing club, the captain of the rugby team. Again, really great to have in class. Good questions. Always prepared for class. Excellent academic, and as again, really all the students here today, great representative of Springfield College and of certainly of Falmouth, Massachusetts, which is where we're both from. So it's been a pleasure, Hale, and I'm really glad to see you doing so well, and I know you're going to continue to. And that really goes to all of our students here today. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you so much, Professor Howard. I really appreciate those kind words. I was, both my parents and my grandparents on my dad's side went to Springfield. So I was kind of thinking like I would do my own thing, might go to a different school, try something else out. But when I came onto the campus, it was, I knew it was kind of the right fit for me. And I've met some amazing people. Justin's my roommate, and, I know a lot of people on the screen right now, just good friends and good people. So it's good company. I'm really honored and appreciative of this. And I want to say thank you because it's been said a few times, but the professors at this school are, they care greatly and they care deeply about their students. And I think that just shows in every way. So we appreciate you very much, and we wouldn't be here without you. So thanks so much.
Well, thank you, Hale, and thank you all the students who've been here today and everybody that's joined us. I'd like to conclude with at least mentioning a few people I didn't bring up at the beginning of the session. And first is Damon Markowitz. He's the Associate Director for Media Relations. He's always very helpful, and we appreciate your attending our ceremony today. And of course, I want to mention our Dean, Dr. James O'Brien. He made time in his schedule to be with us today. I'd also like to acknowledge his support for our department. He has been phenomenal throughout the year. Like I said, I'm brand new. I've been at 4 other universities, and I've never worked for a better dean. And I know that without him this year, we would have more struggles with me being you, for instance. So I cannot thank Dr. O'Brien enough for his support. Also want to thank some of the other faculty who are here today that didn't present to students. I noticed Pam Barron is here, Professor Tim Allen's here, Professor Saul Valdiezo, and I want to bring up Professor Pam Barron again because she is a lot of times behind the scenes, gets things done for us without any accolades. So again, kind of special shout out to her. And I see that everybody recognizes that. The other person I'd like to bring up once again is Professor Brenda Canning. Ture mentioned her as well. Unfortunately, she couldn't be with us today, but I cannot thank her enough. And as everybody knows in the department, she is the strength of the department. I mean, she does so much for us. She goes above and beyond the call of duty. I just want to make sure we acknowledge her and all of her hard work because today's event definitely would not have happened without her. She's just simply phenomenal and outstanding, and we all truly appreciate her. So, yes, thank you. So in closing, I would like to once again thank Mr. Abdow for your continued support. I look forward to meeting you someday in person. We cannot thank you enough for everything you do for our department. And again, John White for keeping us in contact with Mr. Abdow and everything you do for our department as well. It's been a great ceremony. We look forward to doing this again next year. And we wish everyone the best out there. The students, we know you're going to represent us well and represent Springfield College well as well. So good luck and wishing everyone a great week.